Hello guys, welcome sa part 3 ng Forex for Beginners course. Now, last video, pinag-usapan natin yung different types of orders. Ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin yung brokers. Sobrang importante nito kasi hindi tayo pwedeng mag-place ng trade natin sa market without brokers. So with that, let's begin. So brokers or the middleman. So ito tayo as a trader and ito yung market. Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-execute ng trades natin directly sa market. So ang mangyayari, ito tayo, traders, and ito yung market. Meron tayong middleman. So yung order natin or yung piniplace natin na trade, pupunta yan dito sa middleman, and then you, as a middleman, i-execute niya yung orders natin sa market. So ito yung pinaka-role ng broker. Kaya sobrang importante na makahanap tayo ng mapagkakatiwalaan na broker. So, basically, ano ba yung broker? So, it is a third party that essentially executes your position within the market. So, ang nangyayari, you register an account with a broker, tapos pwede nyo i-analyze yung chart using your preferred charting software, and then i-execute natin yung positions natin sa broker. Most broker provide very useful tools to help you make trading decisions, and isa to sa pinakamagandang benefits ng pagte-trade ngayon sa generation natin, no? Kasi halos lahat ng information pino-provide na sa atin ng mga brokers natin, unlike before na medyo pahirapan pa sa pagte-trade ng market kasi marami tayong data na kailangan pang hanapin sa ibang platform that will require us to pay additional fee. But majority ng mga brokers ngayon, pinoprovide na nila halos lahat. So from technical analysis to fundamental, and then yung mga educational videos, pinoprovide na nila lahat yon. But of course, do your research pa rin before choosing a broker kasi dito tayo maglalagay ng pera for us to be able to trade Forex. And of course, since ang broker, business yan, meron din silang mga fees. So for every trade that you place, you will have to pay a certain amount with your broker. So these costs vary from broker to broker, but they are usually relatively low amount. So syempre, as a business, kailangan din nilang kumita. Kaya nagre-require sila ng fees for every trade that we take. So meron tayong tinatawag na spread and commission. So ito yung uh, types ng fees na hinihingi ng mga broker. And then meron din tayo na tinatawag na swap. Kasi currencies yung tinetrade natin, so meron yang interest rate. So let's talk about spread. So all forex prices are quoted with two figures. So remember dun sa lesson natin sa part 1, yung bid and ask. So kung medyo limot nyo na, let me remind you. So the ask is the price at which you can buy from the market, and the bid is the price at which you can sell to the market. So the difference between the bid and the ask price is known as the spread. Okay? So ito yung binabayad natin sa broker every time nagpe-place tayo ng trade. So spreads are constantly changing as price and volume fluctuates throughout the day. When it comes to spread, remember na kapag yung volume or yung volatility sa market hindi ganun kataas, yung spread usually tumataas yan. Pero kapag let's say malaki yung volume and medyo nagiging volatile or pumapasok na yung volume sa market, dito lumiliit yung spread. Usually kapag London and New York session. Pero Asian session, yan lagi yung malalaki yung spread. Kahit na ang tinetrade natin, majors, right? So, kailangan aware kayo dun sa time of the day kung saan lumalaki at lumiliit yung spreads. Okay, so for example, so ito yung galing sa charting platform natin. So we have the symbol, the bid, and the ask price. For example, let's take a look at GBP USD. So ito yung bid price niya and then ito yung ask price niya. So yung bid price niya is 1.3815 and then yung ask price niya is 1.3817. So may difference na 2 pips and yung 2 pips na yon, yun yung tinatawag natin na spread. So ito yung binabayad natin kapag nag-take tayo ng trade. So for example, nag-enter kayo, let's say, ng market order and then makikita nyo dun sa trading platform nyo, negative agad. So, ibig sabihin, nagbayad tayo ng spread. And also, you have to remember na hindi lang tayo nagbabayad ng spread kapag nag-enter tayo ng trade, but also kapag magti-take tayo ng profit. Alright? So, that's spread. Now, punta naman tayo sa commissions. So, commission can either be a fixed fee, a fixed sum regardless of volume, or a relative fee, meaning the higher the trade size, the higher the commission. So when it comes to commissions, na type of fee nagva-vary from broker to broker. So magkaiba yung spread account sa commission account. So for example, dito sa broker na to, meron silang tinatawag na standard account and meron ding raw spread account. So ito yung commission-based account. So kung titingnan natin, ano ba yung difference nila? So sa standard account, kung titingnan natin yung spread, nag-i-start siya sa 1 pip. Sa commission account naman, yung spread niya from 0 pip. So kung titingnan natin, mas okay in terms of spread yung commission account, right? Kaysa sa standard account. Pero, since commission account siya, kailangan natin magbayad ng $3.5 per lot per side. Ibig sabihin kapag nag-enter and kapag nag-exit. So, that would be $7 kapag ang trade size natin is 1 standard lot. Okay? So, kung mini lot kayo, micro lot, divide na lang. So, dito, nakukuha natin halos walang spread, pero nagbabayad tayo ng commission. Sa standard account naman, medyo malaki yung spread, pero wala tayong binabayaran na commission. So, ang question, ano yung mas okay dito? Nagdedepende to sa kung anong type of trader kayo. So, kung swing trader kayo na medyo irrelevant yung 1 pip na move kasi ang tinitignan yung galaw ng market is nasa 100 to 200 pips, pwede kayong mag-standard account na lang. Pero kung let's say nagde-day trade kayo and very important ng spread, especially kung nagli-limit order kayo, I'd suggest pwede kayong commission account. Okay? So depende to sa trading style nyo. But either way, magbabayad pa rin kayo ng fees. Alright? Now, let's talk about swap. So, swap is an interest fee that is either paid or charged to you at the end of each trading day. So, just imagine parang normal bank account, right? May interest. But when it comes to Forex, pwede tayong makaltasan ng interest rate or pwede nila tayong bigyan ng interest. Okay? So, positive swap results when you receive more in interest than you are required to pay and is added directly to your trading account. And if the swap is negative, it is subtracted from your account. So, if you open and close a trade within the same day, walang implication ng interest or ng swap dun sa account natin. So kapag nag-a-apply lang to kapag ino-hold natin yung trade natin overnight. Okay? So saan ba natin makikita yung spread ng kada currency pair, no? So kapag pumunta kayo sa trading platform nyo, then ni-right click nyo yung let's say AUD USD, then punta lang kayo sa specifications, then dito makikita nyo na yung swap. So swap type, so dito in points, that means in pips. So kapag naka-long kayo, let's say naka-long tayo sa AUD USD, That means merong negative 4.33 pips. So, kakaltasan tayo ng 4.33 pips. Kapag naka-short naman tayo, dito tayo madadagdagan ng pips. So, that would be 0.57 pips. So, idadagdag yan sa account natin. So, of course, in terms of dollar value, nagdedepende to sa kung gaano kalaki yung lot size nyo. Okay? So, dyan nyo siya pwedeng makita. And, very important na aware kayo dapat dito sa 3-day swap. So, that would be every Wednesday. So, 3 beses nagkakaroon ng swap kapag hinold nyo overnight. Alright? So, something to really consider, especially kung nagsiswing trade kayo, is to check kung positive ba or negative swap yung tinetrade yung currency pair so that you can manage your trade. Alright? So that's it for swap. Now, let's talk about how to choose a broker. Kasi nga, sobrang importante na meron tayong reliable broker kasi ito yung middleman. So sa broker natin, nilalagay yung pera natin para makapag-execute tayo sa market. So just treat your broker as a business partner. Alright? So first, of course, kailangan regulatory compliance. So a broker should be regulated by the authority. So for example, FCA sa UK, NFA or CFTC sa USA, and then BaFin sa Germany. So makikita nyo naman to lahat sa website ng mga brokers. So of course, kung wala kayong nakitang ganito, pwede nyong i-chat yung support nila. Pero kung wala pa rin mabibigay, that means medyo fishy yung broker na yun. Okay? So, pwede nyo nang iwasan. Of course, kailangan meron silang segregated account. So, a dedicated bank account where all its customers' money is kept completely separate from the company funds. So, syempre mahirap na yung broker's fund and then yung client's fund nasa isang account lang. Right? So, pag let's say nalugi yung let's say nagkaroon ng mismanage sa pera ng company, tapos yung fund natin kasama dun sa company's fund, medyo mahirap yun, right? So, you want to make sure na separated yung company's fund sa client's fund. So, again, makikita nyo rin naman to uh, sa website ng mga brokers. Customer support, sobrang importante nito for me, right? So, kailangan available yung phone number nila, email address, of course, my live online chart, and support hours nila. Ideally, 24 hours. 24 hours to 5 days a week or 7 days a week, much better. Pero ang importante 24 hours as long as open yung market so that whenever may mga random times na kailangan yung i-chat or nagka-problem sa platform nyo, may access kayo kaagad sa chat support. Okay? So, very important. Next location, whenever I look for a broker, tinitignan ko kung may physical office sila. So for me to know kung legit ba yung physical office na or address na nilagay nila dun sa website nila, gino-Google Map ko. Okay, so syempre mas credible kung meron talaga silang office, right? Commission and spread. A broker should offer lower spread or low commission for each trade that has been taken. So, ako, sobrang importante sa akin ng spread kasi I'm the type of trader na nagli-limit order lang. So, gusto ko sa broker, very competitive yung spread nila. So, that means maliit yung spread nila, no? Makikita nyo naman kapag kinumpare nyo yung mga brokers. So, may iba na sobrang laki ng spread nila, may iba na sobrang liit. And for me, mas gugustuhin ko yung maliit yung spread. So, maliit din yung binabayaran ko na fee kapag nagte-trade ako. Alright? So, something to consider. And then, of course, leverage. A broker should fit your leverage requirements. Many good brokers offer different leverage options. So, yung leverage, not too important kung may risk management kayo. Pero just so you know, na yung kada broker, iba't iba yung leverage na ino-offer nila sa client nila. So, for example, merong broker na ang leverage na ino-offer is 1:100, meron naman na 1:150 lang. And meron ding mga brokers na 1:500 to 1:1,000 yung leverage. And I don't think na kakailanganin yung ganung kalaki na leverage kung meron kayong tamang risk management. But of course, i-check nyo kung anong leverage ba yung need nyo, and kapag pasok naman dun sa ino-offer ng broker, so okay din yun. Alright? And then currency pairs. So before choosing a broker, you should check the available currency pairs. Some brokers do not offer all currency pairs. So may ibang traders na nagtitrade ng exotic currency pairs, and may ibang brokers kasi na hindi lahat ng exotic currency pairs ino-offer nila. But majority, I think, available naman yung majors and minors. So check nyo na lang din. Lot size and account size. A broker should fit your personal account size and lot size that you want to trade. So I think standard naman yung lot size and account size ng mga broker. But may mga ibang broker na may minimum when it comes to account size. So let's say for example, Saxo Bank na broker, ang minimum nila is $2,000. So may iba na syempre gustong mag-start ng maliit lang. So may mga brokers din naman na nag-o-offer ng small entry fee, and as low as $50 or may iba ako nakita $20 lang pwede na kayong mag-open. So depende sa kung ano yung need nyo. Okay? Withdrawal. Of course, a good broker should offer a fast and easy withdrawal. Now, how can we find out kung okay yung withdrawal nila? Ako, ang ginagawa ko, nagtitingin ako ng reviews. So, saan ako tumitingin ng reviews? Of course, sa YouTube, number 1. And then, yung number 2 is yung Trust Pilot review nila. So, syempre, hindi naman lahat ng makikita nating reviews sa YouTube and Trustpilot is reliable. Pero kung sobrang daming reviews na same lang yung sinasabi, medyo mag-gauge na natin kung okay ba yung broker or not. Right? Pero ito yung dalawang website na kung saan tumitingin ako ng reviews ng kada broker. So, YouTube and Trustpilot. Okay? So, importante, easy withdrawal. So, ayaw natin maiipit yung pera natin kapag dumating yung time na kailangan na natin mag-withdraw. Trading platform. There are brokers which only offer trading on their own trading platform. So, ang nire-recommend ko talaga, yung mga brokers na merong MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5 because there are the standard execution platform. Okay, so ito yung standard trading platforms of Forex, and ideally yung broker natin kailangan meron silang ganito. Okay, so ito lang yung ilan sa mga I think importante na i-consider natin whenever we are choosing a broker. So me personally, I am using XM as my broker for a lot of reasons, no? And I think ang pinaka tinignan ko talaga doon yung ease ng withdrawal. So, and of course, yung spread, right? Ang maganda kasi sa XM, malaki yung client base nila dito sa Pilipinas, and meron din silang office dito sa Pinas, no? So, and when it comes to chat support naman, available sila 24/7, and meron ding mga Pinoy na pwede kayong makausap sa chat support kapag kakailanganin nyo. And ang pinakagusto ko talaga yung withdrawal kasi sobrang bilis lang. And available din sa kanila yung GCash. And when it comes to spread, very competitive naman yung spread nila. Okay? So again, ito yung mga kailangan nyo i-consider when choosing a broker. And always remember, do your research first before putting money sa broker nyo. Alright? So that's pretty much it for this topic. And sa part 4 ng Forex for Beginners course natin, pag-usapan naman natin yung different style of trading. So, thank you sa panonood. I hope to see you guys sa part 4. Good luck and trade safe.